This is SeeUs.TV, featuring interviews with various guests as we discuss interesting topics and upcoming events. And also join us as we visit public and social gatherings throughout the Pacific Northwest when SeeUs.TV is out and about. Welcome to this episode of SeeUs.TV.
Aloha, I'm Gloria Nahalea with SeeUs.TV Northwest. And today we have a beautiful woman here with me that she's going to share a little bit about what happens in our life from career time. We have beautiful Marilyn Carlson from the island of Hawaii, transplanted here in the Pacific Northwest. And Marilyn is, she was born in Hawaii and graduated in Waianae, from Waianae High School. And you were born into a military family. So military family life is what you married into. Can you share with us how your life has been in the military when you were first in the military, and then bring us up to today with what you're doing in your life now?
Sure. I was born into a family, an Air Force family. There were 7 children, and we moved around a lot. Originally from Kalihi's side, and we lived in all different areas of Oahu. We went to Waipahu High School, Farrington High School, and I finally graduated from Waianae High School, the best school. As a military child, as we grew up, it was hard, but we made it. We made a go of it, and as I grew up and graduated, I then found that I found my husband, who was a Navy career man, stationed at Barbers Point, Hawaii, Oahu. And we moved around. We got stationed in many different areas. We moved to Barking Sands, Kauai. That was really a nice place to live. Then we got to San Diego, and we got out of the Navy, and he decided to come back into the military 22 months later. And he asked me what I thought, and I said, "Where you go, I go." So we went back into the service. I say we because at this point I decided then that I was going to be part of the military. I was not active duty, but I did a lot of volunteer work. I worked at the Navy Relief Society. I also worked with the Mars Station. We patched phone calls through to, during Desert Storm, from what they called sandboxes to the families here in the U.S., continental United States, and all over. Worked with the commander as an ombudsman for 3 different commands. That was a very interesting job. Met a lot of wonderful, wonderful people in our life. I can go anywhere in the continental United States, Alaska and Hawaii, and have a place to live. And actually the people get upset if they find out I came through their town and did not stop. So
you had shared, Marilyn, you shared one time about a trip that you made clear across the United States, and not once. You stayed in a hotel once, but the rest of the time that's what military families do.
That's right.
Is create that support system.
Staying in the hotel was a choice. It wasn't because we had to. It was because we wanted to. Everybody, like I said, the military family is a very, very special kind of family. And if you're not in the military, it's hard for you to understand.
Well, this is really wonderful to hear about how military wives, you hear a lot about the military men, but you don't hear so much about the military wives. Well, now you raised 3 children. 3 children.
I have 11 grandchildren and 3 step-great-grandchildren. And there's only 3 that live close to me. 3 grandchildren live close to me. The rest are all over Oregon, Louisiana, and Indiana, I believe. Some of them have migrated too. But we're all over, and the kids, I had my daughter, my youngest daughter, she says, "You know, we didn't see very much of Dad, but it was okay because we knew he was helping our country."
Yes, and I think that children don't don't reflect that much, but the women in their lives are just very, very important. So now, after you just recently lost your husband 3 years ago.
Yes, I lost my husband 3 years ago. He was sick for about 10 months. And I did not want to just sit at home and not do anything. I was involved with the Emblem Club. We're affiliated with the Elks. We work hand in hand together to help the community. Our major project is eye care. If it was not for the Emblem Club giving me a focus point, I probably would have lost it. They were very supportive in everything for me. They're there for others. We have scholarships. We do numerous fundraisers throughout all our communities to support our less fortunate. And like I said, it's a very good group of people to be with.
And I know the Emblem Club is in many, many cities. So now, I know that they helped you transition from the grieving times to today, and I know it still can be very difficult. But you're recreating yourself. I have noticed that there are some beautiful flowers that you brought with us. Well, these are not grown, but made.
They're handmade. How I learned how to make them was my twin sister lived in Japan, and they make beautiful flowers out of nylon stockings, different colored nylon stockings. And she told me one day, I was trying to figure out how to do flowers, and she says, well, I know how to make some flowers, but out of nylon stockings. We decided then to try to do it out of material. So we sat down and she showed me how to make them, and we have all of them, we have done them. I have some WSU flowers I've gotten made. Miss Gloria is wearing a Seahawks flower.
Yay, go
Pua as a word for Hawaiian is Pua. We have the Huskies flowers. We have Christmas flowers. We have keiki flowers, which are children. We have all kinds of flowers. I have Patriots. I've got the 49ers. I've got the Raiders. I can make flowers out of just about any material as long as it's cotton. So if you have a favorite team, you come here and I can make them. And they're fun to make, actually. So it doesn't take very long. Within 24 hours, I can have a flower made.
Well, you've got many, many skills, not only in making the flowers and creating them. I have some sauces here that I wanted to be able to speak a little bit about because, you know, in the islands, we're fond of eating. So if we're fond of eating, we're fond of cooking. And you happen to have a gift of food cooking. This is Kelly's sauce, sweet and tangy orange sauce. And we have one here. This is like a barbecue sauce, right? Or sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour. Mm-hmm.
And it's great on like lumpia and other dipping sauces with some of our chips and taro chips and some of that. This one is called the sriracha teriyaki. These recipes were really gifted to another friend of ours from Molokai. A family from Molokai loved her so much that she gave her all of her recipes, and that's what these were used for. Now you have tried some of the what they call the pineapple sauce. It's similar to the huli huli.
Huli huli chicken, yes, and it's very, very flavorful. And there's a teriyaki sauce also, and it's really well liked. Matter of fact, I have a secret sauce that I make, but I use the sauces here, and I won't tell you which one because it's a secret.
But you make them into your spam musubi.
My spam musubi. Somebody said one day, "What do you use? What's that sauce?" And I said, "Well, I can't tell you." Well, why not? Because it's my secret. And they just laugh and chuckle and walk away. But I'm serious. I'm not going to tell anybody how I make my musubi. We do enjoy cooking here. Spam musubi is made every week. And my specialty is Hawaiian mac salad. I like to make Hawaiian mac salad the old way with best foods, of course. All you Hawaiians out there, you know that.
Well, you get lots of compliments on that, and I know you have produced and catered many luau's up with the Emblem Club and up in the Northwest area. And now I know that you are also known for your lomi salmon. That hobby, what started off with a volunteer, as a volunteer in Hawaiian, it's called Kokua Ilima. So you're the director of the Kokua Ilima for the Pacific Ohana Foundation.
I am the kapuna.
Oh, you're the kupuna.
Kapuna.
And what I love about your story, Marilyn, is that I know that you'll be an inspiration for many people who have gone through the loss of a loved one, who has gone through the life of a military life. And a lot of folks do not really understand that the life is full of sacrifice and in support of their families and their military husbands. And so your life was dedicated to all of that. So to have you go through and reinvent yourself, you are now on a venture to start a cafe.
Starting a new venture here.
New venture.
A new venture.
Your food has been
You're
amazing.
never too old. You're never too old. And I could have sat home and been depressed and, poor me, but I decided to get out there and keep busy and keep going. It's more fun to do that than sit at home and say, poor me.
Well, you have met a lot of people.
I've met a lot of people. A lot of people.
A lot of people. You've been through several of our bazaars and several catering opportunities and all of that. So I am glad that you stopped by to share your story, because I think sometimes you didn't think your story was all that important, and I thought it was very important, because I feel that a lot of people don't know. I mean, when you were talking about the Desert Storm and doing the ship to shore on a ham radio, what's that?
It was interesting.
Well, today they pick up the cell phone.
Well, I was driving around toward Bremerton the other day, and I saw the ship number 68. I says, oh my gosh.
The Nimitz?
I couldn't believe it. And I talked on the ham radio, ship to shore, on that aircraft carrier. And, my heart did a little flip. Just made me feel proud.
And your grandchildren, are they aware of that you did this?
Oh yeah, they knew I was doing a lot of volunteer work. That was my life, was volunteering. I never really thought to make money to help others, because I was in the same boat. My husband was out there too with all of their husbands. I just wanted to do something to keep busy. Keeping busy is, I think, the number one thing to help a woman or anyone that's going through some kind of depression. To keep busy. Just get out there and do it. Don't sit at home and cry about it. Just get out there and do it. Do what you need to do to survive. Life's too short not to do what you want to do. And that's how I feel.
Well, Marilyn, thank you so much. Is there any last words? You're not going to give your secret.
Nope.
But what about the lomi?
Secret.
The lomi. It's
Lomi is fresh salmon.
Tomatoes.
And tomatoes and green onions and white onions, Hawaiian salt. And you mix it all together, and they all has to be chopped up real small pieces. You mix it all together and you put it in a bowl, cover it up for 2 or 3 days, and there you go, lomi lomi. And when you go to serve it, you serve it on ice. You put a little bit of ice inside to make it really chilly, real chill.
You just gave out your secret.
Not the good secret.
Yeah,
That's just the lomi lomi.
You know that lomi lomi salmon was actually, they say that the origins were from up here. Because the salmon is from the Northwest.
Yeah, well, I'd have to argue that. No.
Really? Do they have salmon in Hawaii?
I don't think they call it salmon. I don't think they call it salmon. Pacific. Isn't the islands in the Pacific?
Okay, Pacific. Okay, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate you stopping by and sharing your story, and I know you've touched other people with your story and the fact that you are reinventing yourself. And it's never too late.
Never too late.
Never
Get out
too
there
late
and
to
do
get
it.
started. I mean,
Yes,
after
yeah.
all, with great grandchildren,
That's right.
and you're launching off. Do they think you're nuts?
I don't know what my kids think. I really don't know what my kids think. I think as far as if I'm happy, they're happy. And that's just the way it's going to have to be. So,
Moving from Oak Harbor down to the Port Orchard area,
yes.
making that big leap of faith and being here and spreading the aloha in this area. I really appreciate you coming by.
Thank you.
So I want to just wrap that up. Thank you so much for coming by. Can't wait to taste your goodies and
Thank
your
you.
food.
Aloha.
And I know that there's more treats coming up. So I just want to say we thank you for tuning in with SeeUs.TV Northwest. I'm Gloria Nahalea. We'll see you next time. Aloha.